Generally here on the Butcher Block, we're using our High Mountain seasonings, our outdoor edge knives, our Bradley smoker, and our Weston equipment to process great products like jerky, sausage, and snack sticks. But on this week's segment of the Butcher Block, we're going to be making stuffed brujol for dinner. Now we have a couple venison loins here. Now we've already removed a good bit of the sinew off of the outside of our loin when we were preparing it. But what we'd like to do now is just use our 6-inch boning and fillet knife here from the Outdoor Edge Butcher Light to go ahead and finish trimming off any leftover sinew that we missed in the initial preparation of this meat. This thin-bladed 6-inch boning and fillet knife from Outdoor Edge just works perfect for this detailed trimming. Now that we have our loins all trimmed up, we're going to use this Weston slicer to finish preparing our steaks. Now a good tip for you is anytime that you're working with any piece of stainless steel equipment and a meat product, you're going to have meat stick into that stainless steel surface. So a great thing to use is this food-grade silicone spray here from Weston. Spray it on the surface of the equipment and it'll make cleanup a breeze. Now we'll set the depth of our slicer to about 1/4 inch. We'll take our loin, place it right up here in our slicer. Use the guard to press it down nice and firm. Turn our slicer on. And now we have perfect strips of brujol every time using our Weston slicer. Now that we have our meat all sliced, we'll be using a variety of different High Mountain steak and rub mixes to season our steaks. We have garlic pepper rub. We'll be using Western style steak rub. And my personal favorite, Western Sizzler Cajun Campfire. We'll just lay our brujol steaks out here on our cutting board, and we'll just apply seasoning to both sides of the steak. Flip it over. Put a little on the other side. We go. We can shake off any excess. We can prepare a couple steaks with our Western Sizzler steak rub. Has diced pieces of pepper and chopped onion. And for our final 3 steaks, we'll use some Cajun Campfire. Now that we have our steaks completely seasoning, we're ready to add our homemade stuffing. Let's take our stuffing and press it down right across the top of our steak. Want to completely fill that steak. If we have any extra that's hanging over the edges, we can simply cut it off with our knife. Now we'll just roll it up, and we'll take a bamboo skewer, stick right through the center of it just to hold it in place. We can lay it down, take our Outdoor Edge knife, and just square it up on the ends, just like that. And there is a beautiful stuffed brujol steak ready to take to the Bradley smoker. All right. Now we've taken our stuffed steak, put it into an oven bag, placed it on the racks, and set it in the Bradley smoker. Now those oven bags are a really good way to keep those wild game meats nice and moist. What the oven bag essentially does is traps all that moisture from that wild game meat inside the bag, so it actually sits there and bastes in its own juices. Now we've put a couple holes in the top of that oven bag to allow some of that smoke from the Bradley smoker to penetrate in there and get that nice smoke flavor onto our stuffed steak. That's the great feature about the Bradley smoker, is I can turn the smoke generator on and off anytime I choose, and I can control the smoke generator separately from the heat inside the cabinet. As you can obviously tell, here at my house, we use our Bradley smoker just like a second oven. And the great part about it is with the smoke generator, I can apply that good smoke flavor anytime I choose. Now we'll leave this in the smokehouse at about 250 degrees for 2 hours. Then we'll come back, check it with a fork just like you would any other roast. And when it begins to flake apart, we'll know that our stuffed steak is ready to serve. Always remember, processing your own wild game animals is healthy, fun, easy, and very rewarding if you have the tools and the knowledge to do the job.